I read this recently. So apparently, with all the Trump cuts and him not bringing all these 20,000 IRS agents that we're not fulfilling that promise to hire more.
Love it.
Love it. Yeah, well, everybody's like, apparently there's been news articles and people like taking their chances. And they're like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
But also like I said, if you pay something, I feel like they're gonna, they're like, not suffer. And the other thing too is apparently, and I didn't know this, if you don't file a tax return for a year, that's a misdemeanor.
Okay.
But if they catch you knowingly filing a false tax return,
that's worse.
That's a felony.
Oh shit.
So what a lot of like really high net worth individuals doing, like multi-millionaires, because they got obviously a lot more to lose, they're just not filing tax returns and waiting for the government to send them a letter saying, "Hey, you didn't file tax returns," because like, it's a misdemeanor. They'll pay the penalty. Yeah. Right. But I think it's like after 5 or 6 years. I think 6 years is statute of limitations. If they don't send you a letter in 6 years, you just don't have to pay the taxes. Yeah, so like, let me, let's say they haven't filed since 2000, since it's 2022. Like, oh shit, Trump's term's over in 2028. That's 6 years. Fuck it, I'll wait.
I'm out of here. Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll wait. I'll pay $1,000 annual penalty.
All these motherfuckers.
Like, exactly. Who's gonna prosecute me?
It used to be trusting dummies that couldn't do it, though. But now with the computers and AI stuff, they'll search that shit real quick. Yeah, and then it's going to be you against ChatGPT. Like, I paid. I
wonder if anyone's using ChatGPT to do their taxes. They must be doing
Somebody had to.
Somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. And that's the great thing about that is, right, because somebody's going to figure out a way to, like, use that shit to juice the system, get a fuck ton of money back on their taxes. Then the government's going to catch up and be like, okay, you can't use, like, they're going to make that illegal. Yeah. But it's going to be motherfuckers that made millions off that shit before.
That's what I'm saying. What'll be funny is people, because, it's like crowdsourced. Like ChatGPT is open. It's open AI. So if people are like feeding their tax information in, saying, hey, cut corners and try to get me, it's like training ChatGPT to cheat on taxes.
That's what I'm saying.
so if this happens after a couple of years, if 10, 20, 30, 50,000 people put their information in, ChatGPT is going to know how to cheat on taxes, but it won't know how to do your taxes right.
Right.
So if you actually want to pay the proper amount, it won't give you the right answer.
Right. Yeah. It's only going to be there to help you fucking get over, and it's gonna be dope though, because like I said, for at least 2 or 3 years, people are going to be like on the come up with money, and then the government's going to be like, oh, we realize we're basically putting us more in the debt.
whoa, we need that money.
It's like, wait, how do we go up to 21 trillion in debt? Fuck. I thought DOGE was doing some shit. Like,
they start asking ChatGPT who's using this to cheat on their taxes, and they just give you their names, social security number.
Fact, yeah.
A rat. ChatGPT's a rat.
I mean, shit. The government was doing it anyway. How many motherfuckers were deceased and 300 years old? They were still collecting. I was like, that's insane.
That's all lies.
Yeah. Well, no. The thing about that is actually let me do the intro. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to the podcast. The Ready, Set, Blow podcast. Your host, Randy Bell. We got Mike Nell here. And the best, my man, Chris Mack. Haven't seen him in a minute. What's going on, brother?
Man, I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. We're talking a little tax. We got started talking before we got the show rolling.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, the thing about the Social Security thing. So what made me feel like there was more to the story, and apparently it's actually scarier than you think.
Yeah.
So Elon set that list out of, here's the age groups, and here's the numbers of people on it, and over 150, there was like 3 million people.
Yeah.
What he didn't show you was the next column over, how much money was sent.
Right.
Right? So like, it could have been 0 in that column, right?
Yeah. Facts.
But what fucked me up was that, excuse me, apparently the software platform that the U.S. government uses to do Social Security Administration is called Cobalt.
Okay.
And it's like from like the 70s. So you can't have and it's a programming language where you can't have a 0 value.
Oh, okay.
So you have to have a value in a cell. So they just keep track of people's age, but there can be no money sent. But I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me they're using a 50-year-old computer system? That might be more than fucking what we would have lost sending these people. Who knows how much money is going to be? Like, it's worse than I thought. Yeah. I wish they were just giving money to the wrong people. Now we have no idea. Yeah. Because the system's so fucking old. Which is crazy. Dude, I was listening to some podcast recently. Apparently, they store all the federal employees who retire. They store all their retirement information in an old limestone mine in West Virginia. They have paper files. Like, to retire from the federal government, you still have to submit a piece of paper. You can't just like send an email and say it's. They have like filing cabinets
That seems.
I mean, like, you would think in 2025 we have something. Maybe the U.S. government is like back to compact discs. You know, well, we're on to the phone, to the mobile phone. Yeah. Maybe they're like burning CDs. You know, like something more recent than 1971.
They got the wild laser discs that were like this big.
Oh yeah. I mean, what happened to those didn't take out?
Shit.
Because I mean, like records were around for a while. Just a big fucking CD.
Yeah, man.
Hey man, that DVD will last longer than your hard drive.
I know. Well, you seem like a real technophile.
Unless you get a scratch on that.
Are you like a first adopter? Like, did you have laser discs? Were you that guy?
No. I was a child.
Well, not that, but I'm saying like, did you have the I'm sure you had the Walkman, the skippable.
Yeah, I got
skip.
Blu-ray. Blu-ray was my
Blu-ray.
Laser disc was too early.
Yeah, what happened to everyone's DVD collection? Where the fuck are they floating in the ocean somewhere?
Nah, man, people still holding on to them shits because like people think that physical media is about to come back.
Because you don't own any of that shit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm subscribed to Max because I want to watch this movie, then all of a sudden that movie rights go to somewhere else. Now I got to chase around and get different subscriptions at the places I own. And if that's
true. I guess nobody owns anything permanently anymore. Like if I buy some shit on Amazon, if I cancel my Amazon, it's gone.
That's gone.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Because even if because I tried that, because actually that happened to me during 2020, I bought like a few like seasons of shit on Amazon, but then I let go of my Prime subscription for a while, and I tried to go back to just like watch it. I'm like, I owned it, I bought it, I should be able to watch it even if I don't have my subscription. Wrong.
That's fucking crazy.
Wrong. You have to have your Amazon Prime subscription to watch the shit you bought and paid for.
So you can't even download it. That's fucking.
It's only on Amazon.
Well, I was actually listening to something. I listened to Sam Harris, who's like one of these dark web intellectuals they call him. But they had a guy on who was talking, like an anthropologist who was talking about, because of all this move to like digital media and computerization of everything.
Yeah.
If human civilization were to like end tomorrow, there's going to be very little left to say that we were ever here. So I think about it, like, we've dug up like
no footprint.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Dead Sea Scrolls, like or like all the like those tablets they wrote in ancient Egypt, hieroglyphics. They etched those in stone,
right? So
they like last through millennia.
Yeah.
If I died, all my shit's on paper or in like or on a fucking on a flash drive,
right?
And that'll be gone in 5 years. Like there'll be no evidence that I as a person ever existed. Whereas people who like wrote back in the day, like fucking were hammer and chisel into a goddamn stone.
Yeah, which
is crazy to think about. That like we have all this advanced technology and none of it would like we wouldn't even know we had it. Damn. If 1,000 years passed and a new civilization came upon us.
What that means is what you got to do if you want to be remembered is either be really, really famous or become a serial killer. One of the two. That way you're gonna be in history.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna write that shit. You know what I mean? Like it might be etched in stone.
I've said that about crime in not the murderous world, but the theft world. I feel like the only way, like think about it, like street drug dealers, dime a dozen. They get picked up and they're doing 15 years. No problem.
Yeah.
Right. But if you become a fucking major kingpin,
you
can afford lawyers for your defense. They're not going to catch you on dealing cocaine. It's a cocaine conspiracy, right? Like, which is a lower charge. Yeah. Like you can get out.
And be remembered.
You gotta be a big criminal to actually try to get away with it. If you're mid-level, you're fucking dead, dude. Yeah.
Even if you got the money, you're still gonna go down because they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is like the big drug people is like the government can use that because you got connections, you got a network, you got something that they can like funnel shit through. So like they're gonna give you the wild like slider sentences.
Yeah.
But anybody else who's just like, oh, you control like West Hollywood. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, you got to control like all of LA.
Yeah. What are you gonna do for me?
Right.
Yeah. What's in it for me?
Yeah. Like,
that's why they
busting you is not even a career move. So it's like, of course, I'm not gonna give you a lighter sentence. No one's gonna know who the fuck I am after I arrest you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Dude, like in the 80s, like during the 80s cocaine boom.
Yeah.
The Miami Federal Reserve Bank. So it's like 12, 13 member banks, and the Miami Federal Reserve Bank had 10 times as many cash deposits as all the other banks in the system.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that like, generate the money.
Yeah.
They had like just too much hard currency. Like, so they knew it was coming from drugs.
Fuck yeah.
But I mean, when you got that much money flowing through, it's like, are we gonna remove $55 billion in revenue from Miami in 1984? I mean, that's like half the city's budget. They're like, we can't afford that.
Exactly.
So we gotta look the other way for a little while.
Right, just for a little bit. Let it build up.
Yeah, we can slow it down. We're not gonna stop
it.
It
hit like $75 billion, then we'll do what we gotta do.
Exactly.
We can at least take 20 off the top and then tell everybody it was only $50 billion.
It's gotta become unprofitable for them to look the other way, and then they'll look the other way. There's always some
like R. Kelly. As soon as he as soon as the record sales went down, they were like, you know what? He's a monster. Let's get him off the streets.
He stopped making hits and he fucking fell quick.
They're like Chocolate Factory
6 in the closet. They're like, we're good now.
Yeah. They're like, oh my god, Chocolate Factory 6. Okay, he's losing it. He's losing it. He doesn't have it anymore. Let's get him, guys.
Dude, that In the Closet series has got to be the fucking funniest thing.
Oh man, it's fantastic.
I haven't watched. I gotta watch it again. It's so good.
It's
Trapped
fantastic.
in a closet.
It's fantastic. We let him cook all the way through.
What was he thinking? See, I'm surprised. Like that was like the early YouTube days too.
Yeah.
If he dropped that shit now, I mean,
It still blow up.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's getting. I wonder who gets his YouTube revenue that he's in prison.
The victims.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
I mean,
on Spotify. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Because Spotify took him off. They put him back on.
They put him back on, and the money
dude.
goes to them victims.
Yeah.
You see, that's what.
Even the victims were like, "Hey, there's some money."
Yeah.
Well, it's a
That makes
percentage. It's not
sense.
all of the money. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like
The record label gets their cut.
Yeah.
Little record label.
Yeah.
Some guy
You know
who
what I'm
didn't pee
saying?
on anyone who just wrote the track.
Yeah. So yes, whoever.
Yeah.
So some Sony producer's getting his fucking cut.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I know where I come down to this, but are you that kind of guy? Would you like stop listening to an artist's music or not appreciate somebody's work because of their political views or
no.
something they did, illegally?
I'm gonna say it like this: when it comes to R. Kelly, when I listen to the music, I don't think about little girls. I think about grown women. I think about women my age, so I can listen to his music and feel fine.
Yeah. What about Michael Jackson?
Same.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
You think he did it?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I'm sorry. I'm one of those.
Do you think
people.
OJ did it?
Fuck yeah. Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
I wanted to see how
Absolutely.
how committed to the tribe you
Oh
were.
no.
Okay.
No. He definitely did that
absolutely.
shit. No. He had to do that shit because it was amazing to see him get away with 2 white bodies. He got away with that shit in the 90s.
That's what I never understood about some of the black community support for him. It's like, he didn't do it. It's like, well, I get what you're saying. It's unfair. The justice system has been unfair to the black community as a whole compared to other communities, for sure. But I'd rather say, he did it and he got away with it like you motherfuckers always do. Like, that's what I would have said. Oh, of course he did it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he got away with it because a lot of you guys got away with it. That should have been the argument, not that he didn't. Don't lie about. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. To bring this R. Kelly, OJ Simpson thing together.
No, he did that shit too. Like we know, like 100%. Like I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, he's innocent. No, but that's what I mean. Like with OJ, like anybody who really looked at the case, like we know he did that shit. Now there is a rumor that, or a conspiracy that his son might have did it because his son.
He's got a son.
Yeah, he had a son.
Because I know he's got daughters, a hot daughter. That one daughter's fucking smoking.
Was Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's his daughter. Come on, look at her face.
Exactly.
Look at her face. That's OJ
gotta be
Simpson
his
Jr. Anyway, no, he has a son. I think from a previous marriage, I believe, because and they were saying that his son. There's a conspiracy that his son has been out of mental institutions for like violent behavior, schizophrenic behavior,
his mom
like
getting
that.
hooked up with another guy.
Yeah, and then so they think that he had, since he had these back issues with violence and things of that nature, mental health issues, they think he got jealous about, not jealous, but like upset about how Nicole did his father, went out there, killed them both, and then
OJ covered up for his son.
He tried to, because like they got the same DNA and all that shit when they ran all the forensic and stuff like that. Plus, all the corrupt shit that the cops were actually doing by planting his shit on the fucking crime scene and all that other shit. So it's like you had those two things, but that's why not a lot of people, but there's a conspiracy that the son actually did it and he just was like taking the bullet for his son, and that's why he got away with it because. One,
so he's an accessory to murder, not a murderer.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I got that. I mean, there's some possibility in that. But what really struck me is like now that it's been 30 years since the fucking the verdict came out.
He's dead now. Is that crazy?
I know.
OJ's dead.
I know.
The juice ain't loose no more.
Yep, and they got him for 6. Will they give him 12 years on that?
Oh, yeah,
robbery
like
case.
That, yeah,
they'll get you. I mean, the government doesn't forget. They're like the mob. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
they hold the vendetta. They will get you if they want you.
He could have been he could have been smooth, but he was wilding out after he got away with it. Like he didn't like when you get away with 2 white bodies as a black man in the 90s.
In Brentwood,
you disappear.
Yeah,
you disappear. He kept being on the news talking about if I did it, how I would have done it, writing books and shit about how he would have done it if he bruh. Disappear. Go after you get away with that, you go to the Bahamas and never be seen
where
again.
Where was Johnny Cochran to give him that advice? Listen, motherfucker, we got you off. Don't rub it in their face. Like, everybody knows. And look, I honestly blame the prosecution. They just put together a shit case. I was watching that Netflix documentary that came out a couple months ago, fairly recently because I just hadn't caught up. And they just, the fucking prosecution did a terrible job.
Absolutely.
And the defense did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the way the justice system works. I mean, like they left the possibility for reasonable doubt, and they fucking found it.
The biggest reasonable doubt. It's like, fuck, maybe he didn't, like, the glove thing, the fucking, the
Chris
DNA
Darden
present.
crying at the after the thing, after the glove. Chris Darden's like, yeah, try these gloves on, and Jekyll's like, I got him.
Yeah.
Because you know that Johnny Cochran told him to stop taking his arthritis medication, so his hands would swell up. And Johnny also insisted, hey, that's evidence he needs to wear rubber gloves, not to contaminate the. So of course it's just an extra layer of skin, and it just didn't fit.
That's why
it's genius.
I wish Johnny Cochran was still alive because I would love to see him defend Diddy. That would be the best.
Yeah, what? Yeah. How do you justify 1,000 bottles of lube?
It don't matter. Cochran can do it. He got Michael Jackson off and OJ off.
Oh, that's right. He got him on the first one, right?
A hat trick would have been Diddy. Can you imagine?
You think Diddy did it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Diddy
did that. Yeah,
he did that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. But here's the thing. It's like it sucks though because. You know, you grow up, I was listening to Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that whole era of hip-hop, it's like, damn, I can't even talk that shit, because, like, if I was famous in the 90s, I probably would have been at the freak-off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would have been there.
This is the other thing, too. Like, there's always a little bit of revisionist history. It's like,
right.
I wouldn't have, come on.
It's Diddy in early 2000 or late 90s.
Some guys say, I would never treat a woman like that. Bro, if it was 1949 and you were president of the company, you would. Because that's what people were doing.
Thank you.
It was socially acceptable then.
Yeah.
You know, it's not now.
Right.
Right? And, of course, obviously, if you want to have drug-filled orgies, just tell people, hey, there's drugs over there if you want to come to the orgy.
Right.
Don't drug them behind their back, which is that's the crazy thing about all this.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
Right.
Like the fact that I think half the women that he allegedly raped, would have slept with him if he'd asked, but he wanted to drug them.
Yeah.
Like Diddy didn't want their consent. He wanted them knocked out and props in his weird fucking sex game. You know, it's so crazy.
But it does but olive branch. How much pussy think you've been getting so far? Like at some point it becomes boring. You got to do something to spice it up.
Yeah, man. But I've never.
I'm sorry.
So you could say that. You can say that on my show. I've never had so much pussy that I wanted to fuck a man like he has. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like at no point have I gotten bored of this shit.
You haven't had Diddy level pussy.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know what kind of pussy.
Yeah, bro. Like because like
pussy's not enough. I need man ass now.
I saw the hypnotized video. I ain't never had pussy like that.
Yeah, hey, he was living a rap video. So like, maybe it gets boring.
Right. You know what I mean? Like I don't know because I don't know what how like. Here's the thing. What I do want to know is what's the number so I never reach it. You know what I mean? Like
how many women is too many women?
Right.
Yeah.
Because at some point there has to be a number where it's like I think if you get like over 500 women, you just
you
like
lose
pussy.
Your mind?
Yeah, like pussy is not good anymore. Like you got to do something else. Like now you got to like skydive while you're fucking or some shit like that because just getting regular. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially too because like. Somebody like Diddy or anybody that was like around his crew and shit like that, it's, I mean, literally every day is thrown. Like,
yeah, well, that's the big difference,
Chris.
That's the big difference is having it put on you.
Right.
So, like, women, you know, attractive women especially, but all women in general, are the recipients of male attention, right?
Yeah.
We're typically, maybe not these young kids who aren't fucking anymore.
Right.
But maybe they, you know, traditionally men are, you know, asking towards them. Mm-hmm. So it's rare that a man gets that kind of attention.
Right. It
then you get that attention at Diddy's level where even J-Lo's putting eyes on you. You know, like, it's like, what do you do with that? Someone said that about fucking, I think it was a comedian. I'm going to forget who. But they were talking about, like, you know, fucking Tiger Woods. It's like, oh, we're talking about all the affairs he had. Yeah. What about all the affairs he didn't have? You know what I'm saying? He had to say no 1,000,000 times before you caught him saying yes 100 times.
Or
he said no 1,000,000 times. He's getting pussy thrown at him at every hole on every golf course.
Also, too, we're not even talking about the bitch who didn't come out. You
That's
know what
right.
I'm saying? There's like probably at least 100 that was like, what the fuck y'all doing? Y'all fucking the game up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You wanted to fuck Tiger, and now you gonna be out here trying to get him in trouble? Bitch, sit down.
Well, how many careers did Diddy make where they aren't turning on him now? You know, then we're not going to know because they're not going to come out and say it.
Right,
you know?
right. Well, they're probably afraid of dying because
yeah, exactly.
Diddy got hitters, bro.
Yeah, people are dropping.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I heard there's a video of an A-lister, quote unquote, bigger than Diddy at one of these freak offs getting fucking piped down.
Woo.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
Will Smith. He's like, Mike's like, I'm out of here.
I ain't getting slapped.
I was gonna go Bieber.
Bieber? Oh,
They got him young. Usher got him young.
Yeah.
You know, when you're young, you're impressionable.
Yeah.
You know, and he seems to have like, you know, gone over the deep end a little bit. Like he's almost like out of the limelight. I mean, he's like still a celebrity, but has he made an album in the last fucking 5 years?
Nah, he's like really
like semi-retired and shit.
Yeah, we're getting into like his religion. He's like, that's the crazy thing about Diddy is like everybody who's ever dealt with him turned wild Christian after they deal with Diddy. Like they become pastors and they be like get really involved in church.
Although Mace made a second career as a podcaster.
Yeah, not now, but he went back. He was like a pastor for a minute.
He disappeared.
Yeah, he was a pastor for a hot minute. So it's something about Diddy like. He might be a real demon, you know what I'm saying, walking around, because everybody that deals with him goes to Christianity.
Dude, a couple weeks ago, one of his lawyers quit. And, this lawyer represented Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
I swear to God, this guy literally, you know, so it was Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
Yeah.
So Osama bin Laden's number 2, he represented him.
No shit.
And he walked away. He said, Diddy, I can't represent. He'd rather represent the architect of 9/11 than Diddy. So what Diddy's got, the evidence must be compelling.
Oh, yeah. He must have saw a tape that was like,
I know.
When is this bro?
Right? When does this trial start? May? It's like the Super Bowl. I can't wait. Right? The trial starts in May, right?
Just why can't we download these tapes already?
Yeah, where's the video? Yeah, in the fucking in 2025 where everything's on the fucking internet, where are the Diddy videos?
That's the type of stuff that makes me not believe that shit's out there. It's like all the people with cell phones, like all of this, and we're to believe nothing happened. So anyone who went to these parties were under more control than like a TSA. Like you got patted the fuck down and nothing leaked. I don't believe it.
Yeah, man.
Well, how many people were at the freak off and then like, oh, shit's getting weird and left though, and now they're like, oh, I wasn't there.
Right. But that's the thing too. That's because that's the
you
hard
don't
part
want to
about
be
it.
connected. Like, oh yeah, I went and the shit got weird. Somebody pulled out their dick, so I left.
Right.
You know, I thought we were cooling out with the ladies. You know, some broke out some drugs. All right, I get it. All of a sudden, guys start jerking off by the corner. I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta go. He pulled up a cuck chair.
Motherfuckers start slipping and sliding. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm out of here. Yeah, that is. I mean, there's gonna be some shit because we're gonna get a double whammy though. Here's the great thing about what's happening here is we're getting a double whammy. We're gonna get the Diddy trial, then we're gonna get the Epstein file. So we're gonna have like two.
Yeah, I don't think those
big
Epstein
cases.
files are ever getting out.
Man,
no, man. Donald Trump was on the list. He ain't putting that shit out there. he took 6 flights. So yeah,
there's a lot of people. Tom Hanks was on that list.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody was. So the thing is, like the people are like, how did he stay out of jail? It's like, man, when you have Prince Andrew and fucking the president of the United States at the time himself, Bill Clinton, on your list, no one's arresting you.
No.
You know, and that's why he got fucking hung in his cell.
Yeah, but also too, he had a shit ton of money. Like he made a bunch of money.
Well,
he made a bunch of people money too. So
he stole that money from Les Wexner, the guy who founded
the
Limited, which owns Victoria's Secret. Apparently by extorting it, because he didn't come out until later in life.
Right.
Leslie Wexner, but he was gay in the fucking 70s when he met. Epstein, I guess they assumed they had some pictures of him, and he extorted him, said, okay, I'll give you my money to manage, and he stole $250 million, and he didn't say shit about it. You know how nice it must be to be so fucking rich that someone steals $250 million, and you don't even notice it?
That's crazy.
You know? You know what a luxury that must be? He stole $250 million. I didn't know.
Bro.
You didn't know.
I'd have you.
That's so much money.
$250 million? I'd have you in a dungeon for 20 years.
Bro,
torturing you.
I stopped talking to people who owe me $40. I've lost friendships over less.
Hit niggas with Venmo requests. Motherfucker, I know I paid for 2 coffees and I only drank one, so where my 5? You know what I'm saying?
$250 million fucking
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's a lot of bread. Damn, bro.
I know. But this May date's going to come. Wait, just give me the trial date on that. I wonder if they're going to air it publicly, because it is a state trial, right, in New York? Or they hit them with federal charges now. How come that? I don't know why we can't have cameras in federal court. What the fuck are they hiding? You know they can't have a camera in the
2025.
May 2025. Yeah, it's coming up.
Shit, though. It's like
so you can't have a camera at the Supreme Court?
Is that right?
They have audio recordings, but no visual. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, because
shit like that. It's like, what the fuck are you hiding?
Yeah,
you know, like it's a trial. It's mostly process is boring.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, I mean, I watched the OJ trial. Most of that shit was boring.
But you know, here's the thing though. The thing with Diddy too as well. I think he's another Epstein in the sense like he had politicians at these freak offs and stuff like that too. So they probably ain't gonna have no cameras in there because I mean, the mayor of New York might be getting indicted with them and shit like that because they got real close in the last like 5 or so years.
I'll tell you, man, that was one of the saddest things. I mean, look, The mayor of New York's corrupt.
Yeah.
What else is fucking new?
Oh, yeah. How do you think he got to be mayor in New York?
400 years in New York's been there. What else?
Come on.
What else is new?
I feel like there's no...
Every mayor's done something.
There's no honest way to become mayor of New York.
There's no honest way to be a politician of any kind.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking weird business.
But that's crazy.
But to see him on Fox News sitting next to Trump's border czar taking orders, it's like, man, you really make it. Black people are like, look at this Uncle Tom. Like, they put some soft shoes on him. He's gonna dance now. You know, like, really fucked up how they did him. He didn't need to do that.
Yeah, bro.
You know, he could have kept it quiet. It's like, yeah, I'll support you. Just don't put me on Fox News. Don't drag me out on a leash. Like, you know, like
he just attached himself too hard to Diddy, bro. Like they was like they were joined at the hip for like 5 years. Every time he did a press conference, Diddy was right there.
Here's a question. Now, since Donald Trump has made a big move in the black population, he's up. He was up 20% from his first administration in terms of votes gotten in the black community. Do you think Trump would give Diddy a pardon?
Fuck no.
I mean, he's got money. He's got money still. Bro. Donations count.
Oh my God, dude! If he gave Diddy a pardon, oh my God, oh no, that would be the only thing he'd be remembered for. Like he could like destroy the national debt. He could like bring back all kinds of jobs. Like we could eliminate homelessness. But the one thing motherfuckers would always talk about, like, yeah, he did all that. Yeah, but he also let Diddy off.
Yep.
He got him back on the streets.
I also don't think Diddy is as beloved in the black community as an OJ Simpson was back then.
No.
Or even an R. Kelly. I think if the black community had to choose between R. Kelly and Diddy, they'd keep R. Kelly.
Probably. Well, that's the thing too.
They do like that racial draft.
Yeah.
And you had to, hey, the seventh round, and you got to take one of these last two.
Yeah.
I think they're going R. Kelly.
Diddy's definitely going to
R. Kelly got better music, I think.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Diddy got hits, but the thing is too, we also in the black community kind of knew that he was a nasty nigga. You know what I'm saying? No offense.
There's been rumors about him for years.
Yeah, we knew.
50 Cent's been throwing some shit on him for a while.
When it all came out, we were like, duh, motherfucker. Like, listen to his lyrics. Listen to the last 30 seconds of the original Pastor Cavassier. He's talking about getting his dick sucked while drinking Hennessy and shit. Like, or Cavassier, like, and it's saying it in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And oddly, the black community, not oddly, but the black community, because it's also surprisingly conservative, very religious.
Yeah.
There's like a weird vibe between them and the gay community, right? They're not really open to that kind of thing. And
There's a little bit
at least R. Kelly was pissing on bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Diddy dabbling in the wrong hole. That's you lose some of your street cred.
Yeah. Apparently Suge was on that shit too.
Oh, was Suge at the
not on the freak offs, but apparently
I was gonna say, is that where the East Coast West Coast rap feud ended?
That'd be crazy.
At a freak off?
I clap more nigga cheeks than you.
Exactly. They double team a male sex worker together, and they buried the hatchet.
Yeah. They both clap too, but I was like, I clapped it better. You know what I mean? Like,
Diddy's like, I power bottomed.
Yeah. Now apparently, Suge Knight was on that shit too. Like apparently, when he would like get new rappers or whatever, like he would do this thing where he would basically make them suck his dick, so they'd be like more loyal to the label and shit like that. It was like a power move to make sure they stay loyal to fucking Death Row.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's some prison shit.
Yeah, bro.
Hold my pocket, suck my dick.
Yeah, because they was on that gangster shit. Like,
well, that is so funny that like that's that still has some male bravado to it.
Yeah.
Like I don't suck any dick unless I'm in prison. Then I'll let anybody suck my dick. It's like, bro, you want a man to suck your dick? I can't think of anything gayer than a man sucking my dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, even raping a man is less gay than a man sucking my dick. You gotta look at this guy's face with his beard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd spin him around. I mean, it's an asshole.
Right?
You might see some balls. But,
you could almost kind of forget.
You tell him to tuck those balls up.
Hold your balls, motherfucker.
I don't want to see no balls when I'm fucking that ass.
Dude, somewhere somebody heard that and they're like PTSD and they're like, oh shit. Hold your balls, motherfucker. Don't let them dangle.
What, you trying to make me think I'm gay?
Yeah.
Fuck that man ass.
You ain't no man. Hold your balls. That's gonna be the episode. Hold your balls.
Hold your balls. Yeah. I could do life and never want to have sex with another man. I can't imagine being that ravenous. Like, do you think you'd break down in prison? Like,
no.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that because I spent 7 months in Iraq twice, so 14 months, and I was reading nothing but dudes. Never once even had an inkling to be like,
yeah, but also like we all
other.
grew up, and most boys couldn't get laid to save their life as teenagers. Right. So since puberty, until I finally got laid, which was years. I've been beating my meat forever.
Yeah. I got 40 years of not getting pussy, and not once was I like, gonna switch the game up.
Right. Yeah. No,
most guys still don't get any pussy. So,
Yeah, like they do. A lot of guys, especially now, like they don't lose their virginity until like they're mid to like late fucking teens. So it's like, man. If I can go 17 years without getting pussy, I think I'm good. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
especially in the middle of puberty when your testosterone's at its highest. Yeah, it's like, please, I can wait.
Yeah, when you just want to destroy everything that's in front of you. Like, come on.
So you did 2 tours?
I did 2 tours, yeah.
How long were you in the service?
I was in the service for 4 years.
Which service?
Marines.
Okay, so none of that Navy shit.
Nah. Then you can question what I just said. You be like, you was Navy?
They do have the gayest uniform chases.
They do.
I mean,
they get the most pussy though with them uniform. Yes, bro.
Why? Because they have shore leave and all that.
No, it's not even that. It's just like the Navy uniform. It just looks. I don't know. It's like I think it's more appealing to the eyes with like the way. Really,
you know what it is? Like women like it is the kind of shit some women would wear. So like, oh look, it's got flaps, and bell bottoms. I don't know. I for my money, I think the Air Force, the blue looks clean.
Yeah, but they're Air Force.
Just uniform. I mean,
but
obviously the Marines are the toughest.
Yeah, as soon as you say Air Force, they're like, pussy's dry now.
Believe me, I didn't serve the country, even though I look like I have the haircut. You do? I got the haircut. I didn't serve this country, and I wouldn't go to the Navy because I hate the. I'd go Air Force. I want as light a duty as possible.
Yeah, no.
But also, if I not everyone in the Air Force gets to fly a plane, but if you pass enough tests. They let you fly a plane, which is pretty fucking dope, dude. You know how expensive it is to get a pilot's license?
I know.
I'll learn how to fly one of those fucking little transport helicopters. Yeah. I'll do that. I'll be that guy. I'll be the medevac helicopter guy.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing too with the Air Force too. Like I tell people, especially when I talk to people now, and they ask like, they give me if they talk about they want to join the military, and they give me ask for any advice. I tell them the Air Force because I'm like, look, a lot of those jobs translate into the civilian world, and you make 6 figures.
That's the other thing people don't really think about. Yeah, is it's like, I was an infantryman. It's like,
dude, I was a fucking grunt.
There's no job killing people.
No.
So,
unless you do some illegal shit, like
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're better off like I'll work in the motor pool and fix cars. Then you get a job soon.
Dude, if you're a fucking drone pilot or some shit like that, that shit translates.
He was in the Navy.
Yeah,
but it was because he wanted to work on aircraft carriers, and he was a plane mechanic.
Yeah.
He went to go work for the JFK airport, fucking making $150,000 a year fixing planes. It's like, that's...
Dude, a buddy of mine, he's like one of the few smart Marines. He went into the Marines. He was a helicopter mechanic.
Okay.
He got out. He works 3 days a week, makes $200,000 a year, 3 days a week. And then most of the time, he doesn't even work a full day. He just goes in, see if there's anything. And they're like, we don't have anything. So he lubes up like parts and then leaves. So he's like, he works like 2 or 3 hours, and he's just sitting there making money.
Nice. So you did 4 years, 2 tours. Did you start straight out of high school?
No, actually, I was like almost a year out of high school before I went.
Well, you lost or like you better get in the military, motherfucker. Get a job, or we're signing you up.
Actually, my parents were mad against this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, my dad did not like it at all because I almost joined at 17.
Because I'm surprised. Usually, it's usually a family thing.
Nah.
Okay.
No, the only person in my family, my grandfather was in the Army. But he was Vietnam, so he was technically drafted. So it wasn't like he volunteered; he was drafted. And then my uncle, 2 of my uncles were in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah, but so as far as my immediate family, I'm the only one that's ever served.
So is this like a 9/11 thing? Like, how old are you? You're younger than me.
No. I was there. I was freshman when 9/11 happened. Freshman high school. Yeah, freshman high school.
Freshman in college.
Yeah.
All right. So did that have any, what was the driving force behind it?
I just wanted to get out of my town. I knew I didn't want to go to high school. Yeah, bro. I didn't know. I knew I didn't want to go to college. I barely passed high school, to be honest with you, because like I had more fun. I was a class clown, so I had more fun doing that bullshit, And I knew I didn't want to go to college for anything, so I was like, how do I get out of my town so I don't get a bitch pregnant and have like 4 kids
so you gotta,
by 25? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
Mesquite, Texas. Yeah. I grew up in Pleasant Grove, which is like a hood, and then I moved to the suburbs.
Mesquite? Is that outside
Dallas. It's actually in Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas County.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I had a little bit of trouble with the law in West Texas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Texas,
we all do. West Texas.
Yeah, I don't really.
West Texas is a little hard.
It's its own little world out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pedophiles and meth heads.
West Texas
It's a
is
weird
that's
spot.
hard country out there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Real dark country.
Yeah, that's where No Country for Old Men is based on. You know? What I
it
mean?
looked like that.
Yeah.
So you just want to get out of Mesquite. Mm-hmm. So where'd they deploy you first? Oh, it's obviously you didn't go straight to.
No. So we did. Got to
go
go
to
through
Camp
boot
Lejeune
camp.
because you can sue if you're in Camp Lejeune.
They
got the Mesothelioma commercials. I watched some
You know
daytime
what
TV.
though? You know what I was mad about? Because they cut off like a year before I was there. That's when they cut it off.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It was like 2004 or something like that. I was like, because I was there in 2006.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's when I was there at Camp Lejeune. But I wasn't even there for long enough. I was there just for training, so I was only there for like 2 months.
Okay.
So it wasn't even enough to like get the cancer, even if it was there. You know,
where was your first stage deployment? Like your station?
I was actually stationed in Hawaii.
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
that's got to be everyone's number one pick, right?
I mean, you surprisingly no.
Well,
A lot of people like California.
Right. Well, 'cause I feel like I'm fucking. I'm from New York.
Yeah.
You know, there's like whatever base is closest to New York. Like, why the fuck? The fuck did you join the military for if you want to come back here? Like, either you're running from something or you want to serve. There's only there's only two good reasons to join the military.
Yeah.
You love this country or you hate where you live.
Yeah.
Really,
Exhibit A.
Anything other than that, it's like, I want to be a politician someday. That's a little weird.
I got lucky because I was actually going to be in Camp Pendleton. I was going to be stationed in California. But what happened was one of the guys in my training squad, he had a wife and kids, and he's from Oklahoma, so he wanted to be closer because he was going to be in Hawaii.
Oh,
and he wanted to be closer to his family, so we switched. So
you can swap
yeah,
like that?
Yeah, because I was like, well, fuck. I mean, I've seen California. Like, I've been there
That's sick.
2 or 3 times, like, even as a kid and stuff like that, and been back and forth. I've seen Northern California and Southern
So
California.
you're like Pearl Harbor, the whole shit?
Yeah, I saw
That's
that
fucking
shit. Yeah.
sick.
So I was like, I'm going to Hawaii. Like, because like the thing is too is like at that time I'm 19. I don't know when if I'm ever going to be able to afford a ticket to Hawaii or to go there for a vacation. So I get to live there for 4 years. Like I was like, how can I say no to that? You know what I mean? And it was dope. Like I went and saw different islands and shit like that. Like it was fucking
sick.
Now, were you infantry? Did you specialize something? Oh, just straight in?
I was a 0331 heavy
that
machine guns.
Heavy machine guns.
Yeah.
What's a heavy machine gun?
Like 240 Golf, Mark 19, the big boys. You know what I mean?
Are you deaf from that shit?
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And apparently it hurts like your chest, like the concussion of rapid firing does wear out.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, put in earplugs," but it's like, man, you're not doing that shit when you're in the heat of it. Like I'm not. And plus too, like even when we're on patrol, I'm not gonna have earplugs in because I gotta be able to hear commands or like if somebody's yelling or like gunfire. I got all that shit. Like I'm not gonna be having one of my senses dulled because I'm afraid of a little bit of noise. Like we
You know what I'm more afraid of being deaf? Shots. I want to know the gunfire. I want to hear where it's coming from. So I
don't want lead in my grape. So you know what? I think I'm gonna keep my ears open. You know what I mean? Like if I gotta be deaf a little later on, guess what? I get disability for that. So fuck it.
Well, they're finding out that that one instructor who lost his mind and ended up killing I think he was a mass shooter, or killed his family and then killed himself. He was an instructor.
Yeah.
And he was he was on the grenade range. Every day for 5 days a week. Throwing grenades.
A lot of concussion.
And after 30 years of throwing grenades himself and teaching people how to throw grenades and all the explosions.
Yeah.
The subconcussive impact, they scanned his brain. He had severe CTE. Which is
100%.
crazy. You're like, oh shit, you didn't even think of that.
Oh yeah.
But that's one thing I think everybody can agree on is just not enough support for veterans after they're done serving.
You know what?
It's just really sad.
But that's the thing too is, and that's kind of because like actually, Trump has done so much with veterans and like he's made the VA so much better. Like when he implemented Veterans Choice to the point where like we don't have to just go through the VA to get seen and get treated. Yeah, that was like a godsend thing. Yeah, because now I can go through the VA to like make an appointment. I don't have to do it in the VA. I can go to like outside sources. Because here's the thing.
Because if you have to wait to go to the VA hospital,
not on that
backlog,
the waiting.
Yeah, especially when guys have mental problems, they end up killing themselves while they wait. It's like, man, get that guy in there.
It's not even that. There are people there that are literally hired to like not give make sure that veterans don't get those benefits.
Oh, they're like the insurance company here.
Because every like veteran every like VA has like a budget that they can't go. So there are people there who are literally hired to like try to get you to try outrageous. To like basically move you to a way. They don't say it, but it's there.
Yeah, especially for you're a combat veteran. Then there should be some
right.
Like, all veterans. Yeah, I love all of our veterans, but the one in front of the typewriter is a little bit different than the one behind the fucking behind the rocket launcher.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like infantry. Like the fact, like as soon as I go into the
combat, you're in a you were forward deployed person.
Yeah.
You know, if you're like the veteran, like I said, like, oh, I got fucking carpal tunnel syndrome from all the memos I wrote. It's like that's not the same as having a bullet lodged in your shoulder. You know, like it's got to be. So I feel like combat veterans should get whatever they want. You know what whatever they need should be immediately given to them.
The crazy thing about that is the motherfuckers that was like in admin or like behind the computers, those motherfuckers that get like 100% disability. You're like, oh yeah, motherfucking how?
Well, because
I had bombs blow up by me. I had a tank roll over
all
me.
All that time in the office, they know how to push paper around.
Yeah, exactly. They know
the
words.
They know the bureaucracy.
Yeah, they know the words.
This is how it works.
They know the words.
You don't have time to think about that when you're getting fired upon.
Yeah, they know the words and they know the right people to talk to because they've already made those connections. So like, as soon as they get out, they're basically like, I'm gonna go ahead and get this 80%. Wait a couple
It's like going to the right college. For, for the people who go to Ivy League schools go work in investment banks. The people who go to state schools don't.
Yeah.
Those people who worked in the office for the Marines, they know who to reach out to when they want their benefits. You were like, who do I talk to? It's like, I don't know, motherfucker.
Yeah, when I first got to California, I was going to do my my disability shit. I went all through the VA. As an infantryman, they only gave me 10% for my hearing loss.
Really?
And I had nothing else. They didn't give me no PTSD. They didn't give me.
Did you struggle with PTSD?
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean,
yeah, no. I mean, yeah, no. I'm just saying, of course.
Some people, it's weird how look, no one. I feel like, dude, just watching Saving Private Ryan, I'm like, this is disturbing. Like to actually live through it, you have to be emotionally changed.
That's what I'm saying.
But not everyone some people can sleep at night and other people can't. And it's so fascinating that that we haven't figured out that this is how the human mind works to solve it.
Yeah.
But they're using a lot of these new treatments. I'm sure you heard ibogaine and MDMA and psilocybin. They use they're finding they have good success with those. But that's only recently. What I mean? Like up until then, it was like, oh, here's some OxyContin. Don't give me your guns. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Here's some heroin in pill form. It's like,
here's some corporate heroin. Just want you to sleep it off. It's like, fuck. I need help.
They gave me some shit for like nightmares. I can't remember the fucking name of it, but it basically like it kept you from dreaming because it was like basically a narcotic. It just knocked you the fuck out. So like you just like stone cold sleep. Like it just turned your brain off. And I was like, great, I'm getting sleep, but like now my brain don't function. Like when I wake up in the morning, like
you're foggy.
I'm like disoriented. Like I don't even know I'm in my own bed because like this shit.
That's crazy.
Takes me out. Yeah, it's weird shit.
So are you still dealing with it, or have you?
Oh yeah. I mean, I still do. I do like the counseling and things of that nature and shit like that. But like, it never goes away. That's the thing that people don't understand. It's like PTSD doesn't. You can go counseling, therapy, meditation, but it's an embedded memory.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can
never
get rid of.
It's like manage like diabetes the rest of your life kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you can do is manage it. You know what I'm saying? Like now some people's like the severity of it can dwindle a little bit. Like you can have the person who like wakes up in the middle of the night screaming, get down to a point where they just have like a few shaky nightmares here a month, but like it still never goes away.
I mean, how can you forget seeing some of the most worst things you've ever seen?
It's like if you were a 6-year-old and you go on like the Superman for the first time, like you'll remember that shit forever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of adrenaline in your brain that like it's an imprint. You know what I mean?
And you did 2 tours. So did you voluntarily go back, or did you sign up for 4 year commitment?
Oh, you have to twice.
Oh, you have to.
You have to go twice. Yeah, that 4 years they seen you twice. Yeah,
that's fucking. That must be so demoralizing. Like, oh my god, I lived through it, and then you're like, fuck, I got to do it all over again.
You know what? But here's the crazy thing about it. It's like
I made it out, and I got to go fucking back to that goddamn desert. Like,
you know what though? You don't even think about it. My first deployment, I was 19.
Where'd they drop you off? In Iraq?
Yeah, I was in Iraq. And then my second deployment, I went back to Iraq. I was 20. You don't even think about that shit.
Did you go to the same base?
No. So I was in northern Iraq and then eastern Iraq. So it was like 2 different places.
Okay, which one's hotter?
All.
Oh, yeah. Which one's more boring? They're both just
actually, Eastern Iraq was way more boring because it was like the first place I went was like more of a city, like a small town, and then the second place was like mostly farmland, so it was like just mad boring. Yeah, mad boring, wet. It was like a little bit of winter time, so like we got a little bit of heat and cold. But surprisingly, it gets very cold in Iraq. People don't believe that, but it's very cold.
Like out here at night in the fucking winter.
It gets mad cold out there, bro. Especially when you're walking through like marshes and fucking field, and you step in a fucking puddle that goes up to your knee and it's cold outside.
Shit.
At night, no sun. It sucks.
So you were out doing sweeps every night and shit?
Yeah, not every night, but yeah, most nights and shit like that. Yeah.
Okay. Did you get some heavy action out there?
A little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't say heavy. I mean, the guys, especially my first deployment, because those guys, we were training hard.
What year did you hit out there?
I was there, so 2007 and then 2008. Okay. So basically like
right in the middle of it.
Yeah. But the guys before us, we got lucky because my first deployment, the guys before us, like, because we were training so hard because we thought we were about to get like action because they were getting hit every day. Like literally, motherfuckers shooting rockets at the base or like they were like small arms fire like every day for I think it was like the last 4 months of their deployment. Jesus. But what they did was they built a berm in the desert to like kind of put a wall so get some distance because that's basically how motherfuckers were getting in. These like sheep herders were smuggling in weapons and shit like that to the city to, you know, combatants and shit like that. So they were getting hit every day. But once they built the berm, it like slowed that down.
That's gotta be hard, man. Figure out who's the enemy, who's not when you're in somebody else's country.
You know, like, it's pretty easy to figure out. They start shooting at you.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, but like the sheep herder who's smuggling guns in, that guy's helping the enemy. Like, you know, you can't just fire upon a guy walking with a goat.
No, we don't, we don't shoot him, but we definitely check that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like you had 20 sheep yesterday, and now you got 50. Where the fuck the rest of it? You know what I'm saying? Like you got 30 more sheep. Where the fuck those come from? Like, we know what's up because like motherfuckers just don't get more revenue out there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. These will just pop up in the desert,
right?
Yeah. Nah, you know, it's funny because I'm not going to ask you the question. You know, I have a lot of friends who are in the military and served overseas. Yeah, and people will ask like, "Oh, you never killed anybody?" And I always think it's the weirdest question to ask because one, I mean, as an infantryman and you're deployed. That's what you're supposed to do. Right. You kill the enemy. Right. What you hope is that he didn't, because that means he wasn't fired upon. So that means he wasn't in harm's way, which is a great outcome. But no one ever asked a doctor that. And medical malpractice is the second leading cause of death in the United States.
That's crazy.
250,000 people a year die from medical malpractice.
Is that right?
Yeah. No one asks doctors, has anyone ever died in your care? Everyone asks every soldier who's ever been in the army, hey, you ever fucking kill anybody? What the fuck? We did not kill that many people over there. You know what I'm saying? It's rude. You know? It's also asking like, hey, how much did you make last year? How many bodies do you have? Fuck you. Mind your fucking business.
What color are your pubes? Let's just get more invasive every time.
What do you want, my social security
number? What color is your butthole? Like, what the fuck? Jesus. People do ask and shit like that, but it's like I love my one of my drill sergeants. Like,
what do you tell them? Like, it's almost like asking a comic, tell me a joke. Man, fuck you. Yeah, you kill anybody? Yeah, give me a gun. I'll fucking shoot you.
My biggest thing is like if somebody barely, surprisingly, I've rarely been asked, but when people do ask, I just say, why do you care?
Yeah. What do
you care? You want to be next? Like, why do you? You got a kink? You got a murder kink?
Yeah, you got a murder kink? Yeah, a fetish? Yeah. You gonna use one of those Diddy bottles of fucking baby oil and whip it out, start beating off?
No, because the thing is too is like you tell people that it's like two. I've answered the question because there's been people that ask, like people I'm close to that and like two things happen. They either pity you, which is weird because it's like no, I have a body on me, like I
signed up for it.
Like
our army.
Don't feel bad for me.
Our military is a volunteer military. I signed up.
Not even that. It's like, don't feel bad for me. I'm alive.
Yeah, I'm alive. Man.
That person, you know what I mean? Like, dead. They're gone. But like, so they either feel
like they're killing innocent people. Yeah, somebody shot at me, so I killed them first.
Yeah, so like I said, they either have pity for you or they like get weirded out by it, like whatever the answer. So if you say yes, they're just like, oh, or then it's like, oh. So then in their mind, they're like,
he's a killer.
He's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, bro.
Then don't ask. You don't want to know.
I don't know, man. I would, and also most people I really think underestimate your innate the human instinct to survive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I could never.
You
bro.
Can.
Yeah. Wait till the fucking bullets start whizzing by your head. It'll change quick.
There's only two things you can do in a firefight. It's either you're gonna cower away or fight.
We'll shoot back.
That's it. That's it. And the thing is too, is like the first time I ever even got shot at, everything shut off as far as like my conscious brain. Like I just started moving. Yeah. And actually, the matter of fact, the funny thing is like, so this is where training comes in because my body's moving and the only thought in my head is I'm gonna get shot in the face. Like that's what the thought that kept going in my head. I'm gonna get shot in the face. I'm gonna get shot in the face. But the whole time I'm maneuvering, like my squad leader is yelling out commands. I'm like, we're ingressing. Like, but it's all that is all muscle memory. The only thought in my head was I'm gonna get shot in the face.
Yeah, and that's interesting because I actually read about this. To bring it all together, after watching Saving Private Ryan, apparently something like only 40% of the men the U.S. soldiers who fought in the army actually discharged any rounds. Yeah, because most of them were drafted and they just buckled and cowered. Because they only got like 4 weeks of training got put out there. Yeah. So after World War II, they changed military training to literally break you down and then build you back up.
Yeah.
So that, like you said, it's muscle memory. When you're fired upon, so now something like 95% of service members fire their rifle when when there's action going on.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't want you thinking; they want you reacting.
Yeah.
Because if you think, you pause, you get shot. You're like
pretty much, or somebody else gets shot because you didn't.
Yeah, because you didn't act.
Yeah.
So and it's kind of crazy that it does, like, the training does come out. They break you down and it works.
100%. Yeah, I mean, there's a
kept
method
you alive,
to the
thank
madness.
God, or else we wouldn't be here.
It's
I'd be
a
talking
method.
to fucking Mike Nell.
Nah, there's definitely a method to it. Like, you think this shit don't work, but that shit work.
Yeah, man.
That shit works like a motherfucker. Because, like I said, the first time I got shot at, I didn't even know what to think other than, like, I'm gonna get shot in the face. That's the whole. That's literally the thought, the same sentence that kept
Is it
repeating in
something
my
you worry
head.
about when you're over there constantly? Like when you're like, 3 weeks away from getting, like, I'm not going on fucking patrol.
You know what? Yes.
They're gonna put a bullet in my. I made it this far. I'm fucking out, son.
My first
you're faking a
deployment.
cough. Man, I got strep throat. My back hurts.
Dude.
I'm trying to make some excuse. I got gout.
Yeah. Nah, dude. Actually, that's so funny that you say that because that's exactly what happened. My first deployment, we had to do this patrol. We had to walk along the Euphrates, and it had all this like tall ass grass. And I'm from Texas, and when I hear in the fucking like bushes, I know what the fuck that
Snakes
is.
out there.
It's a fucking rattlesnake.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers who are like from the city and shit like that, they're like, oh, what's that? I'm like, death. I was like, let me fucking survive 7.5 months and then die because I get bit by a fucking rattlesnake.
Exactly.
I'll
Some
drown.
scorpion comes up and nails you.
I was like, I'll drown my fucking commander in the goddamn Euphrates myself. Fuck you, man. A fucking snake takes me out. Like, not getting blown up, not getting shot. A fucking snake bite.
Dude,
like,
that's so funny because I actually heard on the Rogan podcast years ago, and I looked it up and it's true. During World War I, on the Eastern Front, the Russians were fighting the Germans or whatever, and it was the middle of winter, and they're having this, this battle over some city, and it's, it's like a rural part of, Eastern Germany, Western Europe.
Yeah.
And both sides, like commanders, got a hold of each other because so many men were dying from wolf attacks that they both for a week stopped shooting at each other just to kill wolves.
That's crazy.
And then once they killed enough wolves that the wolves stopped attacking them at night and killing solsoldiers,
That's
they went back
crazy.
to shooting each other.
That's
That's 100% true story. They were more afraid of the wolves than they were of each other.
Dude, that's fucking wild.
How crazy is that, dude?
Damn, bro. That's fucking
Yeah,
wild.
and honestly, I'd rather get shot than have a wolf
100%.
tear me apart alive. Dude.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
A bullet to the head, you're down.
That's a slow, painful death.
Hell yeah.
Death by wolves? That's
well,
that's
rattlesnake
terrible.
fucking bite, your leg swells up until it bursts and your blood gets poisoned.
That's why I was
It's
mad.
fucking
I was
ugly.
like, we got to walk, because the grass was tall, too. Like, it was up to, like, my chest tall. I'm like, why the fuck? We can't even see each other. Like, we're walking in an echelon formation. I can't even see the motherfucker in front of me because the grass is so tall. What are we here for? Like, because we heard there might be some weapons or somebody. Like, we heard, I think the reason why we were there is because some local told us that they saw somebody digging.
Okay.
And so we thought that they were like
burying cache weapons or something.
Yeah, some shit like that. But I was like, even if they are, let them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when they dig them out and bring them out to the battle, we'll worry about it.
Right. Yeah. If they use the weapons on us, like, hopefully nobody dies. But like, why are we walking in tall grass with fucking rattlesnakes? Like, get the fuck out of here. How
did the locals take it? Did you get friendly with the locals?
Actually, they were. You know what? The crazy.
Speak a little
lot of
Arabic?
people. Yeah, a little. We had to learn a few phrases and shit like that. But actually, a lot of people, man. A lot of people don't know this, man. They fucking loved us being over there because they were safer.
Yeah,
they actually were safer. Like,
well, Saddam
we didn't
Hussein
find any weapons of
guy.
mass destruction. That was bullshit. But we did do good things over there. Like, we gave them security while they built schools. We helped them with like get a better police force, even though the motherfuckers are mad corrupt.
Yeah,
but
they're like the LAPD.
Worse, bro. We had a dude. I ain't gonna say too much, but we basically had a dude. He was like the son of the commander of the police, but he basically told us some bullshit. So we had to detain a guy. While we had him detained, the son of the chief went to go fuck his wife. Like, he only told us that this dude was
just to get some pussy. He got a guy locked up.
Pussy.
Wow, son.
Yes,
you got a guy put in Guantanamo Bay.
So he can
for
bang
like
his
3
girl.
days,
we had this motherfucker detained.
That guy's
he was
a
fucking
genius.
This guy. Yeah,
that guy's
yeah, motherfucker.
How'd you find out he was fucking the dude's wife?
He told us. He fucking told. He was like, gangster.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to get some pussy.
Yeah. Well, he got his though. After
I shot him.
We kept him safe because our us being there, we like kept him safe. And then when we left, we had like reserve forces there, you know, and they don't train like we.
The
train.
B team came in.
Yeah. So like, I think it was like a month after we left, we found out he got killed.
Oh,
yeah, they found they found him in a fucking reefer somewhere where it's beheaded.
Oh yeah, well
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, you out here doing corrupt shit, it's gonna get you. You know what I mean?
Think about how many after that disastrous pull out of Afghanistan, how many of our fucking translators are getting tortured over there now?
But that's what I'm saying. Like the people over there, they loved us being there. They felt safe. They were like, dude, honestly,
Saddam was
when we
a bad
left,
guy. I mean, his two sons were fucking notoriously.
When we left,
sadistic.
people were crying. They were like, please don't go. Please don't go. We love you. Like, you know, even walking the streets, they were like, give us food and shit like that. Like, here's the only thing I will say this, because like I love Iraqi
how's the
people.
food over there?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Persian food is good.
Oh, bro. I mean, kebabs out there. I mean, the meat is tender. I love goat. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Goat is delicious.
Delicious. Yeah.
The thing is, though, the only thing that upset me about Iraqi people, because they're so like giving and like, you know, like if you get like imagine somebody from the South but speaking Arabic, like that's basically what they are.
Yeah,
these motherfuckers didn't understand temperature, because we be out in like 115 degrees with gear on, and these motherfuckers be trying to give us hot tea. Nigga, do you not see me sweating?
Put some ice cubes in that shit.
No, literally, we would have like frozen bottles of water in our fucking flask so we could stay cool. And they're like, chai? We're like, no. We're on a roof. The sun is blazing our face.
Desert people used to it, son. They're wearing the full robes and shit.
Don't sweat at all. None of these motherfuckers, they're drinking hot tea, not a bead of sweat. I see motherfuckers running and no sweat. I'm like,
that's
but
crazy.
We're dying. And they're like, tea? I'm like, no.
No, man.
No.
You got an ice cream cone?
Yeah.
I'll take an ice cream cone.
I'll shoot you right now. That's an act of aggression. You bringing me hot tea while I'm on the roof. Yeah.
Trying to give me heat stroke?
Exactly.
Is this a deadly attempt on my life?
That's aggression, sir.
So, what did you think of this whole Signalgate thing, man? As a former soldier, giving up state secrets on a fucking commercial app.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I think there's pussy involved.
Think so?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Who's trying to get laid?
Whoever leaked it. He was trying to impress some. He's trying to impress some girl. He's like, oh shit, baby, you don't even know. Like, you don't even know who you're talking to.
I got F-18s.
I got secrets, bitch. Like, you don't even.
I have Reaper drones.
Yeah.
What does your man have?
Right. Yeah. It's like, fuck your boyfriend.
I have an aircraft carrier parked in the Middle East. What are you gonna do about it?
I know who about to get clapped. You want to know? Nah, I mean that shit is crazy, bro. Like it's a very much a thing of the like what we have the time, and there's so much access to everything.
Yeah.
There's so much like we have so much access to each other. It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
OPSEC is so hard to keep just in general. Like it's been hard to keep before we had social media and all the smartphones and shit like that. So imagine now. I mean, you basically got to like go underground and talk about military shit.
Well, they have those skiff rooms, which are like basically bunkers. But it's one of those things like I feel like the administration is fucking up. They're like, oh yeah, we shouldn't have done that. It won't happen again. These motherfuckers would have forgot.
Yeah.
But like it didn't happen. The reporter's lying. It's like, bro, he's got fucking screen grabs. Like he's gonna drop those. Don't fucking dare him. You know. And but it was a pretty bad defensive strategy on the administration's part.
It also could have been a thing of too. It's like maybe it got leaked on purpose. So like the people that we were gonna attack, it's like, you won't notice, nigga. Don't act stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we could have done.
Yeah.
So
I think
mind your business next time when we come through. You know what I'm saying?
I think what's gonna happen though, that guy Mike Waltz, who's the guy who added the journalist.
Yeah.
How does he have that guy's number unless he was talking to him?
Facts.
Donald Trump. I'm sure Donald Trump is more pissed about that guy
Maybe
having that journalist's number than any news, any fucking secrets that were leaked.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a min't, you're talking to this fucking journalist who you know I hate. Why do you have his number? You know, I mean that guy's days are numbered. I think,
and that's all. That's the thing.
Politics. You know?
It's all politics. Yeah, they're all trying to sabotage each other, and it's like, dude. The crazy thing is, like, why y'all trying to sabotage each other? Aren't we all supposed to be like in this shit together?
Country.
Yeah.
I thought we all want America to do well.
I thought.
Yeah. Right?
I thought we wanted America to be like still be here for like our kids and our grandkids.
Let's
and all that
embarrass
shit.
everybody. Let's embarrass my political opponent and destroy the country so I can win another election.
Yeah. All right, keep fucking up. We're gonna be speaking Mandarin in fucking 20 years when China fucks us up.
Exactly, dude.
God damn.
It's like we're all gonna lose. It's like,
I'm about to start learning right now because they about to get us. Have you seen they ran a simulation about like what would be the result of if we went to war with China? We lose 97% of the time.
Wow, really?
97%. So
wow, and this is from the Department of Defense, right?
There's
because it's going to end up in a nuclear holocaust.
But
I think everybody loses.
Everybody loses there.
I think it's something like I think the United States has 2,000 and Russia has 3,000.
Yeah.
In the world, there's like 8,000
Yeah.
nuclear warheads. I think
Yeah.
something like 75 would end life on
And that's
Earth.
the great.
You know
That's
what
the
I mean?
great.
Like, what?
Yeah, that's the great equalizer. But
Yeah.
they ran a simulation like a ground and air and shit like that warfare.
Oh, well, I mean, we were outnumbered fucking 4-1, 5-1. You know?
Exactly. They said that the only thing that the times where we did win in the simulation is if they attacked us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, because we had homeland advantage.
Yeah.
Like it would take them more logistically harder to get up. But if we try to go over to them, which more than like you said would be the case.
I thought they don't have enough food to feed their people. I thought they buy a lot of grain and rice from elsewhere.
Yeah,
I thought we could starve them to death. I thought maybe we could starve them to death. I don't know. I'm not a military expert.
You live off rice for a long time. They got a lot of that shit over there.
Rice keeps. Rice keeps.
And they got some gorge that if it blows up, floods like half their country.
You feel me?
Supplies all the water.
Right.
So.
Oh, really?
There's been times where I didn't have no job. I lived off rice and beans for like 6 months. You can live for a long time on that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, that's the interesting part. So, like, I don't know where I get all these fucking dumb facts, but apparently rice and beans, the combination of the two, gives you all the amino acids you need without having to add a protein.
Is that right?
Thing, yeah, same thing with pasta, spaghetti, and tomato sauce. The combination gives you all the proteins you need.
Is that right?
Yeah, so a lot of cultures have like a combo of food like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like hummus and pita
has
all the proteins you need, so you don't need to have a meat to survive.
Oh shit!
That's crazy. I learned like a nutrition class in college. It's a fucking $500,000 education will get you. A dumb fact on a podcast 25 years later.
I don't know. It sounds like pyramid scheme bullshit. They told us to eat a bunch of grain, and we find out that shit has like wild gluten and fucking us up.
Well, I mean, you remember the food pyramid?
The food pyramid is crazy.
Where the bottom of it was cereal.
Yeah.
And they try to tell you Lucky Charms should be the basis of a diet. The fuck? And then the next one was milk.
Yeah, a fuck ton of milk. Yeah.
The fucking cereal lobby
it's like
paid
drink a
$12
gallon a
billion.
day, you'll be healthy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the whole fucking food industry was built on this dumb pyramid. You should be eating 14 slices of bread a day,
right?
Which includes cereals, which is all sugar. I'm like, how is that
crazy?
Crazy, right?
Crazy.
All right, we're coming up on an hour here. I like to do a little news at the end of the podcast. Don't worry, it's not anything serious. I choose the interesting stories to me of the week.
Let's do it.
And it's a couple of fun ones. I want to get your feedback on here. Excuse me. All right, pull this shit up. Mike, you paying your Wi-Fi? What the fuck's going on here? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. What do you think I've been watching this whole time?
He's over there watching the
wild
March Madness and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say porno, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's why you got a boner back there. I thought it was a conversation we were having. Talking about men's butts in prison. He got fucking horny.
Chicago Cubs blew like a 5-run lead.
Oh, damn, Cubbies. All right, listen to this, dude. So a woman with a nut allergy had a reaction after sex because her partner ate nuts beforehand, and traces of nuts in his semen triggered her allergy.
Damn. First of all, shout out to her. She swallows. Clearly, she swallows. What a fucking trooper. What a fucking trooper. Die for the hive, baby.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She chose to die from her allergy over disappointing her boyfriend.
Like, I'm not no pussy. I'm going to swallow that shit. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it says, in a rare medical case, a woman experienced a severe allergic reaction following unprotected sex, triggering by traces of Brazil nuts in her partner's semen. The incident brought attention to the possibility of food allergens being transmitted through bodily fluids, posing risk for individuals with extreme sensitivities. Now, I mean, guys, right, you eat peanut butter and shit.
Yeah.
How did this not happen with all of her other boyfriends? What,
She didn't swallow. She didn't swallow him. Yeah, she loves him.
Wow.
The rest, she was like, get that shit out of here. Go come in the bathroom, motherfucker. Nah, she didn't even let him. She's like, yo, you about to come? Get out. Get out the room. Go come in the toilet.
Girls are going to be like, don't come on me. I'm gluten free.
Yeah.
Don't nut on me. I got a nut allergy. Bitch, not that kind of nut.
I see you eat a peanut butter.
No. I saw you eat.
No, you eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm gluten free.
I saw you have Thai peanut shit earlier.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That not this severe, but I did have a girl she broke out in hives because she's allergic to zinc.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I dated a girl for a little while who was allergic to semen, not to the sperm, but the semen itself.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you can't, come in me because it'll be really itchy and I'll get inflamed." I'm like, "Well, don't worry, I'm not trying to have a kid."
Right.
Don't worry, babe. I'm pulling out.
It's like, first of all, presumptuous.
Yeah.
You thought I was gonna come inside you?
You're crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't love
irresponsible.
I don't love you like that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you think I'm ready to give up all my shit for you? Fuck out of here.
But she's like, but also if you come on me,
right,
I have to get up and wash it right away, or else I'm going to break out into hives.
Yeah.
And I was like, bullshit.
Nah.
It's like, I'll leave a little. Watch. She like did an experiment.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was like a little fucking.
Yeah, bro.
Like, what?
It's crazy.
And I was like, so you want kids someday? She goes, yeah. It's like, how the fuck are you gonna have them?
Yeah.
She goes, well, I guess I'll have to figure it out with the doctor when I get to it. Like,
you know what? That girl I told you about that had zinc, we had a pregnancy scare. So if she can, yeah. It can still happen, even if they're allergic. No,
I thought like the
womb
vagina,
go womb.
I would think the fallopian tubes would swell up and close because of the.
It does swell up and keeps that shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it falling out, it's
the
like
opposite.
Yeah.
That's
a
not what you want.
barricade.
Yeah, that is not what you want, dude. Yeah, you want it to close up before it gets up.
Yeah. As soon as they get in there, it swells up. It can't get out.
That's crazy, dude. I mean, yeah, that seems like a very bad biological fucking adaptation, if you ask me.
Yeah,
a little weird.
I hope that. Sorry if you're watching my little. I didn't say your name though, so
yeah,
you know
it ain't you.
It ain't you, but it is you.
All right, this one kind of scared me. It says studies show people who spend over 6 hours on their phone tend to be more broke. A recent study has found a strong correlation between excessive phone usage and financial instability, revealing that people who spend more than 6 hours a day on their phones are likely to struggle financially. Additionally, the study points out that heavy phone users often experience worse sleep quality, elevated stress levels, shorter attention spans, all of which can impact job performance and decision making. So I think that might be the correlation there.
I definitely can see that.
Yeah. Now, 6 hours a day. That's a lot. I check my phone a lot.
Yeah.
You know, comedian's part of the fucking job. But I'm trying to think, if you add up all those 5 minutes, I wonder how many hours a day. I bet I can look at my screen time usage thing.
Yeah.
But that's also a bad lie, too, because, I mean, like, you know, you play music or you watch something on YouTube.
Right.
You know, and, like, you're not even, like, I'll just pitch it to my TV.
Yeah.
But my phone is technically in use.
Right.
You know, I'm watching fucking, Bill Maher or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
Or if you got it plugged into your car, like you listen to a podcast or some shit like
so,
that.
I wonder what my actual, like, eyeball, and I don't want, I'm sure Apple can do that with their fucking camera, but I don't want to give them access. But how many times, my eyes on the fucking...
Right.
I hope it's not 6 hours. That's a lot, man.
I think for me...
Also, how the fuck you holding on a job? You're on the phone 6 hours a day.
No, it's exactly. Yeah, you can't.
You're only up for fucking 18 hours a day.
Yeah, so you
Right,
spend
at
6 of
most.
that on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can see that because if you think about it too, like you got people that work at office jobs and shit like that. Like, how much work are they actually doing all fucking day?
Dude.
You know what I mean?
I'd say in an 8-hour day, if I'm at the office, 2 hours I'm actually doing something. Then it's meetings or emails or talking to somebody about this or that or fucking, getting up to go to the bathroom, coming back from the bathroom, going downstairs to smoke weed in my car because I hate my job. No.
Fired.
I'm kidding.
Day job gone.
I work from home. I can just get high on the couch.
Oh, nice. Fuck that. That's amazing. That's the perfect job for a comedian.
No, but it's like, 6 hours a day.
That's a lot.
I mean, are you into TikTok? Is it that addicting? I like Instagram.
I watch it, but I watch TikTok at night. Like right before I go to bed, I'll watch like maybe 30 to 45 minutes of that, and then I'm sleeping. Okay. But I also like read and shit too. So like I'll read, then I'll watch a few minutes of TikTok, and then I'll
That's
go
the
to
frightening
sleep.
part is your phone is so fucking useful. It's like, how can you not look at it?
Yeah.
Every time I want to know something or...
Yeah.
Oh, I want to order food, or is that movie playing tonight, or what does this word mean? The phone is like the most important educator I've ever had. It's just on you constantly.
I have, but I did because I have tried to actively reduce my amount of like phone usage though. I really, really have, just because like there wasn't a time where I feel like it was consuming me, but I think there was a time where, like being on social media definitely like was fucking with my mental for a minute.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like posting videos, getting like 2 views. You're like, what the fuck, bitches?
Yeah, dude.
Watch my shit.
Yeah, you start worrying about your worrying about your
dumb
view
numbers
counts.
and shit like that.
That happened to me like during the pandemic when our phone was our only source of, a major source of outlet from me posting memes. I'm like, oh, why didn't this post get that? Or like people like shitting on me in the comments about a joke. Or like, why the fuck am I reading this?
Right.
There's some fucking asshole I don't know who just I'm glad he or she follows me because I want to get my jokes out there. But if you don't like it, you don't have to follow me and hate on me.
Yeah.
And then I realized that the algorithm doesn't know if it says a positive or negative comment. It just knows it commented.
Yeah.
So please shit on me all you want in the comments. Get that fucking algorithm up, son.
I welcome all, good and bad. Good and bad. I don't care. If you want to hate, follow me, please.
Donald Trump got elected president off of his fame. The fact that half the country hated him made the other half pay attention to him and vote for him.
Exactly.
At this point, it really is true. Any attention is good attention.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fucking sad.
It is sad. It is sad because there are people who out there, you can definitely tell, especially some people on social media, that are doing things, doing negative things specifically just to get that attention.
Yes.
It's like, it sucks because it works.
Yeah, that's the thing that I get worried about. And it's sort of a quote unquote good problem to have.
Yeah.
But that is something I think of a big concern of like making it now is audience capture. Is what they call it. Like, oh, they like when you do this type of thing.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they like when you lean this way because you have a bigger audience this way than that way.
Yeah.
It's like, but is that what you actually believe? I'd rather say what I want to say and build an audience based on that than me chasing an audience like, oh, you know, everyone's thinking this, let me go do this. It's like,
well, it's also too like that when you do things like that, when you're doing things just to sensationalize, you're if that's not the kind of audience you want to cultivate, it's going to make, especially as a comedian, when you're trying to do shows, like, okay, let's say you say like wild, controversial, like racist shit. Well, now that's the people who are going to come to your show.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to like do your jokes and like shit like that, they're expecting you to be racist and you're not. They're going to be like, boo, and they're going to be heckling you and it's going to be wild, or they're going to like try to say weird things to you and shit. You're like, nah, dude. They're like, nah, you don't want that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely
like,
not.
So don't cultivate your audience off of some like sheer controversy because that's who you're going to attract.
Yeah, it also, I feel like it's going to run out.
Yeah, at some point.
Like, you know, like, dude, there's who is it? That fucking not Epstein. There's some other Jewish guy and his brother who's a mathematician. Who the fuck is his name?
Mathematician.
Weinstein?
Yes, Eric.
Weinstein.
Not Eric Weinstein. The other one.
Brett and Eric.
Yeah, I think Brett Weinstein is the one that has. He's still talking about the fucking pandemic. I'm like, bro. That was 3 years ago, my man.
Yeah,
he's still talking about like
that
because during the pandemic he started a pandemic podcast and it blew up. I'm like,
okay.
and he's like, you know how the vaccine is dangerous and this and this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's great if you believe that or not. But motherfucker, why we talk? It's 3 years ago.
Yeah,
shit's over, son.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about this for? Like, that's
where's all the bodies that were supposed to be dead?
No,
a year
but
ago?
also like the same reason I hate people that wear their masks. The fucking pandemic is over, son. Stop talking about it. Like the shit is done, son. Like,
well, that's
what's
also,
done is done. Let's leave it. Let's leave it where it is.
You kind of fucked up if you're gonna start a podcast specifically for the pandemic. Like you thought that shit was gonna be forever.
Yeah, you were hoping it's gonna. You were hoping this would be it forever. That we always be locked up at home talking about this shit.
Well, it's like the same thing too, where these like, I mean, sometimes they can cook and sometimes they don't. But it's like when you start a podcast specifically for like a television show, you know that shit gonna end, especially now. Like
Talking Dead.
Yeah, like most shows out there, even if they're good, maybe get like 5 seasons. After that,
yeah.
Now you're just going back and rewatching the shit, then like trying to find new like levels of like
rewatching The Sopranos.
Like that. No,
you might know him, Dave Neal. Got a buddy, Dave Neal. He's a comedian.
I think I know him. Yeah, I bet.
He does a Bachelorette wrap up, but that's a genius movie.
But no, that's gonna last forever.
That's what I'm saying because it's already on 36 seasons or whatever it is. They do the Bachelorette, followed immediately by the Bachelor, then it goes back to the Bachelorette, and they just keep doing the rotation.
Yeah,
you know, and it's reality TV, so it's cheap. Right, and if we know one thing about Hollywood, it's like making money, not spending it. You know, that's why they love reality TV. It's like we don't have to pay for a cast.
Well, and the great thing too, like, okay, let's say for some bizarre reason the Bachelorette and the Bachelor end, you still got the aftermath, right? Of all because like all these people that are on the show and shit like that, they end up going off and doing some wild shit or doing like podcasts or something like that. So you can just
milk that shit,
keep going for years. So even if, like, as I say, this season is the last season of both of those shows, well, you still got at least like 10 to 15 plus years.
Yeah.
Of milking.
Plus, it's also just a fucking dating show, so you can just change the title to some other to the next dating show.
Yeah, Love is Blind, Fantasy Island, whatever.
That fucking format is never going anywhere.
Easy
just like
work.
the late night comedy variety show format's not going anywhere. That format's gonna. I mean, the fucking dating game was on 20 years before that shit came out. Then this shit's out. Then there'll be some other shit next next 20 years.
Yeah, that's
a smart move.
Yeah, like, but doing a pandemic podcast is like, my brother.
Talking about how how masks didn't work. Like, motherfucker, it's over.
You literally pigeonholed yourself like the hardest way you could. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna do a podcast only about penny loafers. Who the fuck's wearing? Who the fuck's wearing penny loafers
anymore? A real
anymore?
niche podcast.
I'm only talking about
Penny
Tim's.
Loafer podcast.
Yeah, it's a Tim's podcast, only about Tim's. Shit.
All right, here's the last one of the week. Over 75% of men are more loyal to their barbers than their partners, according to a study.
Correct.
A recent survey finds that more than 75% of men are more committed to their barbers than the women they date. Over 60% of the respondents in the survey conducted between 2024 and 2025 admitted to sticking with the same barber for at least 5 years, with some saying their childhood barbers still groom their hair. According to the report, for many men, the idea of switching barbers is not just inconvenient, it's unsettling. About 45% say they avoid new barbers because they dislike explaining their preferred haircut style all over again, while 30% revealed they simply don't trust anyone with their hair, fearing the disastrous consequence of a bad trim. This is a funny quote. It says, while romantic relationships may come and go, it appears that the relationship between a man and his barber is sacred. The bond between a man and his barber is built on consistency, trust, and unspoken understanding.
Yeah. As a black man, I 100% support this.
Bro,
1,000%
I used to joke about this shit on stage.
Yeah.
Dude,
I got a bit about like having to break up with my barber. It was like a full relationship. Like I went through a depression. I'm a fucking. I was calling a nigga in the 2 in the morning.
You
like,
guys are selling.
You take me back. Like, we take me back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go to a different person. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
dude, in college. So I went to college in Rhode Island, in Providence, like 3.5 hours from New York.
Yeah.
And I would just get my hair cut like twice a semester and just keep wearing hats because I didn't want to get a new. So I would literally just take the bus down like once every 2 months to New York. The bus cost like $40.
Yeah.
You know, stay at my mom's for a night, get my haircut the next day, and then take the bus back.
Damn. You might be a black. That's some shit I heard on the blog. It was like I like traveling to another state just to get your haircut. It's like, I'm not getting my haircut in Minnesota. I'm going down to Indiana.
Oh, dude, it took me a while to find a barber here. I mean, I've had like 3 barbers in my whole life, which is a fraction of the women I've dated in my life.
100%, bro. And that's the thing too, because like, finding a barber in LA that's like not only good, but also like not trying to charge you dumb amount of prices. Like, because now motherfuckers are doing like putting their shit on Instagram and like they cut like a celebrity's hair, but it'd be like some dude on the bench of the goddamn Lakers, and they're like, oh, now I'm a celebrity barber. It's like, okay, bet, but charge them niggas that shit. They making millions of dollars a year. Don't charge me $100 for your haircut. Get the fuck out of here.
The secret about being a celebrity. They have all the money. They don't pay, and nobody makes them pay for shit.
They just get the clout.
Come in here for free. Eat the restaurant for free. Just post about it on Instagram. It's like they have money. Charge them. You know, like. Charge that motherfucker.
Exactly. Are you trying to charge me $100 because you cut Lamar Odom's hair, but like he makes millions, I don't. So charge them.
Yeah.
When his friends come through, charge them $100.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, you fucking barbershop, the haircut would be like $20, and that was with the tip.
That's with tip. Yeah.
And they would shave me. You know what I'm saying? Like they would do the whole shit.
Dude, even me. I mean, you probably remember this too. Like there was a time where like you could come to the shop, $15. That was your haircut.
Oh,
$10 was the haircut. $5 was the tip.
Yeah.
You out.
Yeah.
15 out.
And
it was a good haircut too.
And they hit you with the razor shave, the whole fucking
everything.
shit.
Yeah. Make sure the lines were crisp and everything like that. That's like that's what I'm saying, man. It's hard. Like I'd probably date more women than barbers out here.
There's no Dominican barbers, so the fades are. You got to find a lesbian barber. That's what I got. I found myself tight fades, Dominicans and lesbians.
Dude, you know what?
Dominican barbers and lesbians being the tightest fade.
My first barber out here was a little Italian white girl, but she could fade like a motherfucker. Nice. Bro. Like,
Well, she might have
shout out to Rebecca.
She might have been a rug muncher. You never know.
Nah. She had a lot of dudes.
No. I fucked her. She was.
No. Fuck. Well, maybe. No. We never did that. You know, I ain't got no deal like that. But yeah, dude. Dude. A barber is way more. Because here's the thing too. If you think about it, like compared to a relationship, think about you see your barber twice a month.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all like the same shit. Y'all probably talk about the same shit. He don't give you shit. It's an even exchange. You give him money. He gives you a wild haircut. It's no bullshit in between. You know what I mean? But with a girl.
There's always some shit.
There's always some bullshit in between.
And you can hate your girlfriend and you won't look stupid. Whereas if your barber gives you a fucked up haircut, you will look stupid.
Yeah.
Like you could be at odds with your girlfriend, no one has to know about it.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with your barber, it's on your fucking head.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And just the comfort of, like the article says, just when I go get my haircut now, I don't say anything. I just talk about what's going on and they know what I want done to my head.
Yeah.
To me, I have to explain this to somebody else, like, hey, can you do it? Like, fuck, what do I even say?
Exactly.
Hey, give me the Sergeant Slaughter. You know, like, I don't know what the fuck. Give me the high and tight. I don't know.
Well, it's also too like it's not just when you go into a shop too. Like especially if you've been there for like a year or two, you start to get to know the other barbers. You like know it's like a hangout.
Yeah.
You know, it's like kicking it.
Well, I go Tuesday every third Tuesday of the month or whatever. Like it's the same people at the same time. Like you get a little, you get a routine going.
Exactly.
You know?
And so it's much different.
Yeah.
It's a way better relationship than like being. I mean, I like women, but it's like damn, bro, y'all be exhausted sometimes.
And even the most expensive barber is not as expensive as a girlfriend.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every time I go out to eat, the bill be $35. I go out with a bitch, it's $135.
I go see my barber, it's half the price, and I look better coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like, it's a 2-for-1. You know, like.
Hell yeah, bro. Like, no, I said my barber now, me and him been together for like 3 years. So like. Yeah, it's.
So we got the hair covered up. You in between cuts right now? Is this what's going on?
You already know. You know what I'm saying? On my Nick Cannon shit, got the turban on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you supporting Palestine?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Black folks cared about Palestine.
Nah. You know what? I'm just feeling myself. I got $2,000 liquid in my bank account, so I'm on my rich boy shit. You know what I mean? That's with this economy now. If you got $2,000 that you can just like keep,
killing. Yeah,
you're killing it.
I mean,
most people don't even have like $1,500 in there.
I owe the government
period.
money. They got a hitman out looking for me.
You know what? You better be careful because they did come after Beyonce for like $700 before. Yes,
$700,000.
No, $700
million.
The fuck? Yeah, they tried to indict her for that shit, dude. I was like, you gonna come after Beyonce for $700?
Bro, she spends more money on wigs in a week.
Facts. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah,
$700. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, bro.
It's wild, dude. Thanks for doing this, man. Glad I finally got you on, man.
No, it's been fun, man.
Yeah, I was talking to Dave, and I was like, he's like, oh yeah, Chris is on, Blacksmith Rogers.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. He's like, you should have Blacksmith Rogers. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna call Chris.
Yeah.
I haven't met Raj, but I do know you.
Oh, you got Raj will definitely be. He's a great guest. Also do the podcast together.
Where do you guys record out of? Down in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, down in North Hollywood. Yeah, we just hit the show. We just started hitting. We just hit I want to say 14 subscribers on YouTube. 14,000. 14K.
That's more than I got.
No, 14K.
I was late to the YouTube game. This started as an audio only podcast back in 2017. I got a big list.
But you know what? I think audio only is coming back again. I think most people are kind of getting back, kind of getting away from because everybody's got a visual medium, shit like that. So now you know how it is. It's always a trend where it's like start out audio, then somebody put cameras on, and everybody did that. Now everybody's gonna go back to the it's gonna flip flop every few years.
What's wild is that I've noticed people like I have a small YouTube following, but it's growing, and like something like 10 or 12% of people watch it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I go, what? They say like on their fucking It's like, who the fuck would want to see me on the TV?
Hey man, there's an audience out there for
screaming
all of us.
Screaming a guy prison rape on TV. It's the kind of shit you have in earphones and laugh to yourself, like on the train or at the gym on the elliptical or something.
Yeah.
Fucking,
bro, there's an audience for everybody. That's why I'm like, anybody is like, you don't got to be selfish in this game. You don't got to be like a gatekeeper. Everybody has an audience. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, unless you like, doing some wild, like, I'm killing people podcast, like that might be, you might not find an audience for that.
Although those have an audience,
right? Yeah,
women, not fucking true crime, they love that shit.
Oh fuck yeah, they do.
They love that shit. I mean,
that's their porn.
Killers, yeah,
that's their porn.
That's their porn.
They love a good murder.
Oh look, he killed his whole family. What a great catch. He's really passionate. Yeah, I bet he is. The fucking guy murdered
him.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what it is. That's all it is. It's like I can fix him. I can change it. He's only murdered 7 people. I got it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
He won't be an 8.
Yeah, the U.S. justice system can't fix him. I got it. My love.
Yeah.
The love in my heart will completely change his murderous ways.
No, he's a serial killer, but he hasn't had my apple pie. Once he has my apple pie,
Jeffrey Dahmer ate 17 penises, but wait till he gets my love letter. That'll really turn things around for the man.
Wait till he tastes me. He'll never eat it again.
Oh shit, dude! Thanks for doing this, brother. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Christopher T. Mack on Instagram, and you can find me on Hit the Button Podcast on YouTube, on TikTok. We're on Instagram as well, and be sure to check us out. We drop episodes every week, and we drop in the skits and stuff like that. So look at us, Hit the Button Podcast on Instagram and everything on YouTube.
Appreciate you doing this, brother. Obviously, you can follow me at Randy Valerio. Follow the podcast at Ready Set Blow. Same shit I say at the end of every show, and I should say at the beginning because I'm a terrible promoter. But I love you guys. Check you next week. Peace.